Hey guys, and welcome to Game of Thrones Part 3. I'm Bafos, and I'm just where I last left off, and I don't really know what to do now, except that I'm going over here. So, skin changer, help, okay. So I'm just gonna walk around and talk until I find something interesting, perhaps. So let's just do it.
Changes nothing. With things as they are, what choice do we have?
If things are so bad, what do you propose to do?
It's been too hard for too long. It's time to revolt. We must take matters into our own hands. We'll take up arms.
If you follow that path, the army will have no choice but to fight against you. Do you want this to end in blood and tears?
You don't know what you're talking about, stranger. The house is dying. The army of River Spring is but a shadow of what it was. You obviously know nothing of the misery we suffer here.
That may be, but I do know that violence is answered with more violence. This path never ends well.
We're already suffering. What is it to us if we die of hunger or by a sword?
What has happened here? These lands were once thriving.
It's the Lords. It's been too long since they cared about what happens in their own lands. Neighboring lords have taken the chance to grab some of our land, and nothing is done to stop it. And now that Lord Sarwick is dead, it will only get worse. We must do something.
But there are still Sarwicks in River Spring.
Don't make me laugh. The eldest fled years ago. As for the others, they're no better than he. Anyway, this concerns only the people of River Spring, stranger.
So be it. I pray that your choices will not lead you to reckless acts. May R'hllor light your path through the shadows.
So... yeah...
I won't tell you what I did with her.
Thank you. I've heard enough already.
Hey, what did you do? Did you kill her? Bastard. That's not how you treat a lady. Things are very expensive here. Everything is in gold. Damn. Can't afford anything. Types of damage. Oh, okay, so there's like special weapons, or the weapons are dealing or are specialized for different armors, or yeah. What the fuck? I can't afford a shit here. That's like the only thing I can buy. I need something for my upper body, because that's the one that's most... I mean, I can't even buy the cheapest one.
Just a coin?
I can't give you a copper, sorry. Wish I could. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. They're not even hitting each other. Anyone wanna fight? Oh, loot. Okay, well, I've been looting around the entire town. And all I got was some money. Like 7 silver.
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
He has to know whom he's speaking to.
I am Lord Reynold Sarwick's eldest son, and I am here to attend my father's funeral.
His eldest son? Do you take me for a fool? I have been at my post for more than 5 years, and I have never once seen your face.
It has been more than
Yeah.
5 years since I left River Spring. Please call on Mr. Harwin. He knows of my arrival.
Well, we'll see about that, but I doubt he'll come here.
Oh.
For you. The ceremony's about to start.
Interesting.
John, go find Maester Harwin.
John.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells! Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes peasants, dogs, and cravens who abandon their families.
Oh. I will not... Please let me pass?
Enough, Ryman. However long I was absent, this house is still mine.
How dare you! You disappeared without so much as a goodbye years ago, and now you return as if nothing happened.
The reasons for my exile are mine alone. I owe you no explanation.
I care about your reasons? It's your fault that Lord Sarwick is dead.
What?
You've lost your head, cousin.
Your departure destroyed him. He was never the same again.
Your judgment is clouded, Ryman. I can smell the ale on your breath from here.
What? Stand back! I'll make you eat your words, priest!
Sneak attack, poisoned. I don't know. I don't know how to do this guy. I mean, play him. So, poisoned. Yeah. Can he get like several poisons? No, he can't.
Enough. Do you not think we have enough dead here?
Mr. Harwin?
Alistair, finally. I prayed for your return.
This traitor no longer has his place here, Maester Harwin. He abandoned his castle and his
Oh.
family.
7 gods. Get a hold of yourself, Ryman. I wrote to him to invite him to Lord Sarwick's funeral.
Oh.
I prefer to leave than to hear more of this.
Well, do it.
What a relief
Just
it
go.
is to finally
I
see
don't
you.
care.
I had help from my contacts in Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins.
Ruins?
River Spring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now.
So I'm just gonna...
Come with me, Alistair. Let us speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things
Let
to
me
get to
guess.
this point?
So
You know,
everything
after you
would be
Lord Reynold changed
like
began to
reclaiming
live
the
more and
lands
more
with
in the
this
past.
character?
and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Oh.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so
Hey!
dark.
Hey dude,
Many
how are you
of your
doing?
father's vassals remain faithful
You
to
okay,
their
bro?
oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg of you.
Is that
Hello,
my
Red
sister?
Priest. I am Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Yeah, about that.
Alistair, why have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me
She
of
is
father's death.
very
It was my duty to
hostile. I don't like
15
it.
years without any news. And he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult, to say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you
Okay.
know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you, but I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to father. We will speak later.
May the stranger, the
I-
eternal outcast, now guide you to the Father, and may he judge you fairly and deliver you from the torments of the seven hells.
Can I take his
qualities
armor?
were many.
You should follow
Above
his
all
example.
else, you place the prosperity of the family.
I want his
So-
armor. His armor is looking quite good. I could use it actually. I
Who is that man?
think this is breaking the
I
physics.
believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared. He has certainly changed, but I recognize him.
Attack him. Someone is a spy or anything. Or for another house, perhaps. They want to crush us and I'm like gonna save them. Can I like use fire and stuff? I mean, it looked like that. I want that gear. Can I take it?
How could you desecrate our father's body that way?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of Relor pay to the dead.
You may be a red priest, but
Oh.
you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Let us no more speak of the past, or I understand their bitterness. Well, I understand the bitterness, and I mean we should look forward instead of looking on the past. But I told her many times, understand her bitterness.
Please, Eliana, listen. I left Westeros without a goodbye, and you have every reason to be angry with me. 15 years ago, the war that King
Yeah,
Robert
that's
Baratheon
right.
fought to claim the throne forced me to commit deeds which haunt me still. The very idea of returning to you was too painful. I did the only thing left for me to do. I left and began a new life elsewhere. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester Harwin telling of Father's death. I could no longer hide myself. It was time to confront my past. What I regret the most, Ilyana, is that by fleeing to the other side of the waters, it is
Civil
you
war?
whom I wounded.
All these years, I have thrown a veil over your memory. And you return at the moment when everything is in turmoil.
Yep.
I must be alone for the moment. I will see you later, Alistair.
Take your
Oh,
time.
you called me by my name.
I understand.
What's her name?
Alistair,
Perhaps I should
Maester
know.
Arwen would like to speak with you. He awaits
Ravella?
you in the castle courtyard. And if I may add, you should be ashamed of that kiss during the ceremony.
My thanks, Ravella. I shall go and see him.
Whoops. I want to loot his body. Father. Are you the Godfather? He's looking like the Godfather. So we have gathered here today. No, I don't know. I haven't watched those movies actually.
I am not sure there is more to discuss between us, Alistair. I am sincerely sorry for your loss. You know how much your father meant to me. Unless you are truly ready to listen to me, it
What
would be
kind of
best that you
accent is
leave.
that? She doesn't understand my view.
I knew you to be less ardent, Ravella.
And I knew you to be more respectful. This ceremony was held under the watch of the Seven, and your shameful act did nothing but needlessly shock and disgust decent people.
I acted according to my faith.
I am sorry, Scepter. From now on, the rights of the Seven no longer concern me. I have chosen another path. Can you not see that you and all the lost souls of Westeros worship different rays of the same light? Your entire pantheon, your 7 gods. Do you not feel that they are just pieces of one whole, of something much bigger?
If you would listen to my lessons, you would know that for the sages, the 7 are but one. But in order to understand that, one must understand the full scope of their teachings. Perhaps it would be better to worship a simple wood fire like other red priests do. It's always easier to worship that which burns brightly.
The flame brings light and warmth. It is the source of life.
No doubt other creatures
So,
share your beliefs.
so they have
That
7
Lord Hawes,
gods
for example.
in
I've
Westeros.
seen one of your
While
kind in action. Thoros of Myr was his name. A fornicator and a drunk.
He's having 1 god. The exception does not prove the rule. Or this, yeah. I don't know what to choose, Alistair. Well, let's do it.
To err is to be human. Our order does not encourage lust, Revella. But the pleasures of the flesh are not altogether forbidden, if they are carried out in an act of love. And I myself have seen fat septons give themselves over to drink. However, I don't judge all septons based on these rare cases.
I've heard it all. A heretic daring to judge a true believer.
I will not allow you to speak to me in this manner, Revella. I respect your beliefs, and you will respect mine.
Forgive me, my lord. I forgot my place.
Your fervor does you credit, Revella. You raised me, as you raised my brother and sister. But I cannot allow one of my subjects to show me disrespect. Do you understand?
Subjects?
I shall be careful.
I've been away from 15 years, now I'm coming back and hey, you're still my servant. Yeah, that's how we do it in this place. It's weird. Why not? Okay, I need a key. Hello there, lady. How are you doing? I'm Joe Labero. 1 second she's here, and next she's not. My quest is over there. I'm gonna explore, perhaps I can find some money. Antique sword. I think I got something, yeah, it's better than the one I have actually. And the dagger. Oh, I can dual wield. Way better. Oh, okay. Console. Well, that escalated quickly. Well, nothing more to do here than talk to Harvin.
Ah, Alistair. There you are.
Yes, I am.
Please leave us.
Please.
So you're not too unsettled by the situation here?
Worse yet, the people suffer.
What I saw of the town upon my
Yeah,
arrival was
it's
enough.
yeah.
It is a disaster.
Horrible.
The people cannot go on like this. I have heard tell that neighboring lords have taken our people's lands.
Indeed. The poverty has worsened over the years. When neighboring lords became aware of your father's situation, they took advantage of the opportunity.
But they have no right to do so. Our lieges, the Lannisters, should have been notified.
Indeed. But our relations with them have suffered since your father held Tywin Lannister responsible for your departure.
Oh.
It was after his death that your sister decided to reopen talks by going to see the most influential member of their family. That is why she requested an audience with Queen Cersei Lannister at the Red Keep. It was made very clear our lieges will act once our land has a new master. So your sister worked towards this end. Riverspring has belonged to House Sarwick for generations. Ilyana has refused to marry a lord from any other house. So, the Queen has chosen a man for your sister.
Who is it?
Valar, your father's bastard son.
What?
Your half-brother.
Valar. I left Westeros hoping never to hear that name again. It is out of the question for my sister to marry him.
Yeah.
He shares our blood. How can the Queen condone a marriage which goes against nature?
Exactly what I was thinking.
If Ilyana were to wed another lord, she would take her husband's name. Being a bastard, Valar has no family name. It was the only solution to keep Riverspring for House Sarwick.
Why did the Queen allow this?
Why choose Valar for a suitor? What does the Queen want?
From what I heard while accompanying your sister to King's Landing for her audience at court, Valar distinguished himself through his exploits. I know that the Queen enjoys surrounding herself with strong, devoted men. That is the case for Valar. By giving him this gift,
Okay.
she ensures his loyalty and increases her power.
But Valar was just
Okay.
a squire when he went off to war with me. It would take more than that to be a suitor worthy of our name.
Seeing him return alone from the war, your father blamed him for your disappearance. No matter how much Valar claimed to work for the prosperity of House Sarwick, your father wouldn't hear any of it. He cursed him and chased him away from River Spring for good. Your half-brother was mad with rage and left seeking vengeance. Apparently, he spent several years at the Citadel, using education to compensate for his low birth.
A maester cannot become a lord.
He never became maester, but stopped at the rank of acolyte. He learned the art of war, studied the higher mysteries, and forged links. He was then thrown out of the Citadel several years later for studying the forbidden arts. He's been a sellsword ever since. His reputation spread quickly, and royal ears heard of him. In 2 years, he went from simple soldier to the Queen's Guard.
Holy
He
hell.
moves in the shadows. The nobles of the court fear him.
Valar. He has taken too much from me already. I cannot just stand by while he marries my sister.
There is something else of which we should speak. I would have liked to spare you this. I do not believe that your father's death was an accident. There are certain indications that lead me to believe that he was poisoned.
Are you sure?
Believe me, Alistair, I know this subject. The Strangler is a difficult poison to detect, but it leaves certain traces that cannot be caused by anything else.
Why would they want him dead?
Did father have any ongoing conflicts which could have prompted someone to murder him?
I am not certain, but there are rumors of a possible culprit.
Tell me who it is.
This may overwhelm you, but the rumors say that it is your younger brother, Gawain.
Little brother?
Gawain. He was but a child when I left.
He and Lord Reynold had some serious quarrels, and he disappeared on the very night of your father's death. We've had no news of him since.
Why?
That's
Why would he
very
have done such a
suspicious.
thing?
That's suspicious.
Maester Harwin,
Or someone...
the people are rebelling. Rioting has broken out throughout the town.
With all of this festering discontent, it was only a matter of time before this happened.
I mean, someone could have, like, taken him. And so it would look like it was he who did it, even though it wasn't. Because I wouldn't be surprised if it was like that. And what are Ryman and his men doing?
Tell me, does the River Spring Guard have the situation under control?
For now, they are securing the entrances to the castle. Barricades protect us from a direct attack. But the streets are inaccessible to us. We have too few men. The guard is overwhelmed.
Who is behind this revolt?
I think I know who leads them.
Yeah.
I crossed paths with a certain Tyrek when arriving, a rabble-rouser, telling the people to take up arms.
Tyrek? I heard some guards say that he was getting people worked up in the marketplace.
How did things get this far out of hand?
Well, the lords left the castle after the burial, with their fine clothes and all, whereas the villagers are starving. All of this flaunted wealth must have pushed them too far.
Oh.
Everything erupted. The villagers began to attack the lords, taking them hostage.
Hostage,
You said
that's
that the
right.
revolt is being led from the main square. We must go there immediately.
Captain Ryman says that it's impossible. Our men are barely managing to keep them at bay at the castle doors. There are not enough of us to attempt an escape.
I
Where
can.
is Captain Ryman?
He is at the doors. He's the one that ordered the barricades.
7 hells! If Ryman deals with it, the revolt will end in flames and bloodshed.
River Spring has already suffered too much. I must join Ryman. River Spring needs me. I will not watch our land fall into ruins without acting.
Very well, but I beg you to be careful. You are a Sarwick. Act as a liege, Lord Alster, and know that your acts will have consequences.
I will do what must be done.
I am sure you will.
Interesting. The rumblings of revolt in town. Go to Ryman and assess the damage. This will be very interesting, I have to say. Very interesting. But I think I'm gonna end this one right here, actually. I mean, it was a lot of talking there, conversation and stuff. So I don't know if this video will be like 20 minutes or so. But I guess that's fine for me. I mean, there's a lot of talking in these games. And I know it might be after Christmas now. I mean, with this thing. But I mean, I'm recording this before Christmas because I won't get so much time after or during Christmas and everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and may the force be with you.